like to report child abuse. See, they have to walk off and violate. She answered another call while I'm in here trying to report child abuse. They enforce it. It's sick. This is what your tax dollars are paying for. No, they wanted to intimidate and bully when I wasn't recording. She's only just picking up her phone to be, for a little abuse, like she's recording and deflecting. But no, they would threaten my arrest, bully me, yell at me, they try to intimidate me. I'm trying to report child abuse. Since they caused it, they cover for it. So let's keep this into context. I'm at the police department. They're denying me my right to report child abuse and multiple other crimes, which is a crime in itself. He said that he's not going to take reports. She told me at another time, Ruff said, don't take reports from her. This is criminal. These are crimes happening right now. I want to reiterate that. They are committing crimes right now. I need to report child abuse. I've been trying to report it years. I would like to report child abuse in a police department. I don't know why that's been deprived of me for years. Now they want to give me a criminal trespass for the police department to enforce the child abuse. He's calling right care. Sir, there have been committing crimes preventing me from reporting child abuse, sending out right care to cover up for their crimes, enforcing child abuse, which is a crime in itself. It's a misdemeanor. You just committed a crime. Sending out right care to enforce the child abuse is criminal. You just committed a crime. What's your name? That's a crime. I don't understand why you would send out right care instead of doing anything about the child abuse if it wasn't intentional. Your felonies are stacking up. No, it's not a game. They would arrest, they would assault, and a lot of times I did not think that I was gonna make it out alive. If it's not a game, they're just putting on a show for you guys. No, they would violate rights, assault, and do all kind of other chaos. They are calling right care to enforce the child abuse because they don't want me to have anything to do with my daughter for profit. They're scamming over there with the records, covering for that. So all they do is send out right care to cover, enforce their crimes. I'll wait. This has been going on years. Let you guys see what your tax dollars pay for. Let's see what con she has with these records going on. Ma'am, there's not really a lot of people here. I don't understand why I've been waiting for records years. Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand why I've been waiting for records years. What am I still waiting on?
I'm just helping you. I can't.
What is she doing?
She's looking for your records like you requested.
She's been looking ever since June 9th. And she still haven't found them?
May I help you?
I want to report child abuse. I asked for your supervisor. You have no right to keep on getting away with felonies. I want to report child abuse. You can't keep arresting me, assaulting me, deflecting, and enforcing criminal activity. A child is at jeopardy. You keep enforcing her abuse. Why would a whole police department deny me the right to report child abuse along with CPS? You can't keep calling out right care and enticing people to enforce your crimes. This is the police department. Why can't I report child abuse? No, you're calling right care because you're criminals. I want to report child abuse. You've been enforcing child abuse for 4 years. Ever since she witnessed my false arrest, you're lying. You're committing a felony right now. Tampering with evidence is a felony, and you're trying to prevent me from reporting the child abuse by calling out right care. You're committing a crime. I need to speak with your supervisor. Tampering with evidence is a felony. Deflecting and blaming me for your crimes is not okay. I need to speak with a supervisor to report you and multiple police for consistently calling out right care to cover for their criminal activity. I want to report child abuse. My 8-year-old child, no, he said it flat out. That's a felony and a misdemeanor. Tampering with evidence is a felony. Reporting suspected child abuse is a crime. A Class A misdemeanor. They are getting away with criminal activity over and over and over again. No, it's not a joke. So I'm in the civil rights movement. They will kill. I believe that they're capable of murder. I do. And he's smirking and smiling. You can't see that. That's it. These are the intimidation, abusive tactics. So instead of reporting the child abuse, he's calling for right care, which is a crime. I speak with a victim's advocate. So that's, I don't know what else is needed. It's sick. They need their charges. I'll wait on right care, and then they'll cover for the crimes too. They may detain me. They've been getting away with this chaos years. You hear from me?
Are you Miss Clark?
Yeah, I want to report child abuse, and police and CPS have been covering for it for a while.
Okay. Well, I'm Detective Hudgens, and this is Sergeant Pierce from upstairs, Internal Affairs.
Okay. Yes, I have not been able to report child abuse ever since my daughter witnessed my false arrest in 2018. Multiple parties have been scheming to keep me away from my children. And I have 70-something reports that I'm refusing investigation for. Ranging from being having a gun pulled on me, being run off roads, child abuse, interference with child custody, attacks, assaults. And now they haven't populated.
What agencies have you reported this to?
Dallas.
All Dallas?
Yes.
Okay. We're within Internal Affairs. Would you like to make a complaint against?
I've already done it, and you guys keep covering for it. I tried to report that I'm targeted by multiple different police departments, and they put me out, so I couldn't report that. I don't know why I'm being denied law enforcement all over, and why police came to the FBI when I was trying to report them there, and handcuffed me and read the document, took me outside of the FBI, and then read the documents to see what I showed the FBI agent. So I don't understand why police would sabotage all these reports of all this chaos going on in my life and deny me the right to have access to my child out of corruption and report the abuse she experienced. 9/24/2011, I reported to you guys, and you took pictures of bruises. That you can't find that. Then she's staying with a party that has a history of abuse. September 2018, this same party whipped her with the metal part of the belt and sat on her, and she couldn't breathe. I tried to report that to the CPS worker, James Hastings, out of Hillsborough, Texas. He covered for it. Another time in April of this year, she gave me text saying that she was hit. You guys want to investigate that. So some kind of way you guys are enforcing the interference with child custody crime, which is a felony. You have evidence that false statements were made to a family court by a CPS worker and the stepmom, but some kind of way 70-something reports you want to investigate and you enforce it. I went to CPS trying to report you guys on the corruption. They called the police on me and forced me to leave there. So I'm not quite sure what the interest the police department has in covering up for all these crimes that have been happening to me, and why they keep calling out right care to enforce criminal activity, and why they can't find 70-something records and want to investigate the 70-something records.
Okay. So would you like to make a complaint?
I've already made the complaint. You keep covering for it. So when is the investigation? You're an investigator. Why are you been denying me investigation?
We're with Internal Affairs now. If you have a report,
I've already made multiple reports. You guys keep covering for the crimes. What's going to happen with these endless reports that don't ever get an invalid investigation? Go check the other reports that were no investigation. I've made multiple.
we cannot speak to the investigating detective or their unit.
Okay, so is this a game just to convince other people that you guys aren't breaking the law? What solutions do we have today? There's child abuse going on. What are you going to do about it today? I can't report it to no police department. I've been trying to report it 4 years, ever since she witnessed my false arrest. 4 years. What are you going to do today? At a police department, when there's child abuse going on, interference with child custody crimes, which is a felony, what can you do today, since law enforcement has been denied and records for 4 years?
If you would like to make a police report, you may make
I'm reporting child abuse now. I want to report child abuse. How do I report child abuse today? I've been trying to report it for years. Can you tell me how to report child abuse in the police department?
At the front desk, and they can help you with that.
They won't. He said he wouldn't, which is that you need to talk to that officer to figure out why he covered for child abuse.
Okay. If you have a complaint against the
No,
detective,
this is internal affairs. That's a crime. This is not reporting suspected child abuse is a Class A misdemeanor. That's a crime. Why would your officer deprive someone of reporting child abuse? Are you covering for the crimes, or are you here to actually assist?
No,
well, you
ma'am.
roll
We
back
can
the
only-
camera footage. Is there sound in here?
we can only
Is there sound in here?
address the
Is there sound in
issue
here?
from our
Is there sound?
unit.
Is there sound?
Sound of what?
Is there sound in here?
People are talking, yes.
There's sound in here?
I can hear it, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so roll back the camera footage and figure out why he deprived me.
Sound in the audio?
Yes.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, well, I have it on my YouTube channel where he denied me the right to report child abuse.
If you'd like to make a complaint,
I want to report child abuse simply. Can I report child abuse in the police department?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want to report child abuse. I've been
Okay,
trying to
see the
report it
officers at
for
the front
years.
desk.
They just committed a crime. I don't want to keep talking to criminals.
Okay.
I want to report child abuse in the police department.
Do you have the?
I just gave you the dates and all the information. I just gave it to you.
So you're saying, what do you mean when you say child abuse in the police department?
Sir, are you deflecting? I want to report child abuse. Let me do a report. Let me write it. I want to do a legal report because I haven't been understood for 4 years ever since you witnessed my false arrest screaming in tear.
Okay. So you want to write out your report?
Yeah, because you don't understand. I just reported to you multiple times that there's interference with child custody, which is a felony. Multiple of your officers had committed a Class A misdemeanor and deprived me of the right to report suspected child abuse to them and not reporting it on their own, which is actually a crime. Tamper with evidence, which is a felony.
Let me go get you a form and you can fill it out.
Okay. So I'll fill out the form and then you will take the child abuse report.
One moment, please.
They like to wait till my recording stops and they start committing the crimes again. She's handing other people their records. She's trying to hide now. She's working and handing other people their records and playing games with mine. She's trying to get off the camera. So she has me waiting on records she's not looking for.
Robbery and family violence.
Okay, so do you have those reports?
And those were released to you.
You're committing a crime, ma'am. If they were released to me, where were they released to me at?
In the GovQA portal that you signed up for.
Okay, so are they emailed to me?
Digitally, yes, they're in there.
Okay, so you guys are refusing to investigate the child abuse?
No, you didn't say.
Okay,
you
okay.
didn't say that you
Okay, well, let me talk to them and try to report child abuse. Hold on, ma'am. Let me get that. Why are you looking at them?
Well, no. Okay, because I was going to ask.
So I got to fill out again to request records again for records I already requested. I didn't see
You
people.
did not request child abuse.
Okay, so what are the records that you have for me today? The ones you have for me today?
Today is
Yes.
what's already been released to you.
Okay, and how do I go get those records?
You go on the GovQA site with your login and your password and you pull them up.
I don't have a login and password. Where was I supposed to get that from?
You received that email.
I haven't received an email.
You did because you even checked that you wanted it digital.
Okay, so you're telling me I received an email. See, these are schemes to try to frame you. Ma'am, you're acting like you have a problem. I did not get the email. And you're telling me I did. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, I resent the email.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So did you want to fill out?
No, I'll check and see what scams is going on with the email.
All right, thank
Okay, you too. So I just want to report child abuse. And I don't know why they deprived me of speaking with a victim's advocate for this man that they claim is innocent. Everywhere.
All right, Ms. Clark, since you do not want to make a complaint against the Dallas police officer.
I want to report child abuse. I don't know why the
understand.
police would continually cover for it. You're committing a crime right now
Yes.
by depriving me of the right to report child abuse. That's a Class A misdemeanor. You're
Ma'am.
committing a crime.
I'm not.
This is criminal. I would like to report child abuse. If
I
you deprive me of
understand
that right,
I
you're committing
understand
a
that.
crime.
I understand that. I work for Internal Affairs.
I
My
want to
job
be able to report child abuse in
is
this police
to
department.
Take
If
a
you're,
complaint against the Dallas police
I
officer.
want to report child abuse in this police department. If you deprive me of that right, you are committing a criminal offense.
Ma'am, I've told you the officers at the front desk.
They are not
made that
helping me.
report.
That's why Internal
Then
Affairs.
You can make a complaint against them for not taking. That
No,
report.
you're depriving me of my right to report child abuse, which is criminal.
Here,
I
the
want to
Children's
report
Advocacy
child
Center.
abuse in this.
Okay.
See, they want me to call that number.
you can
So
call
they
that
can,
number or go to that
because they're
location.
behind the head phone, which
for
is a
further
felony. I thought it was a felony.
Okay.
I don't want to call places on my phone. I want to report child abuse. You're
Okay.
committing a crime if you cover for
See the
suspected child
officers
abuse.
at the front desk.
They won't do it.
Would
He
you
already
like to
told me
make a
no.
complaint against them.
I want to get you to find someone that I can report. Where's someone in youth? Let me speak with someone
Somebody
in youth.
in youth. Okay. See the officer at the front
No,
desk.
you're
and
internal affairs. Why won't you facilitate the needs?
Because they're responsible
They're
for
criminals.
notifying
They
people
need their charges.
At the unit.
They're not doing it. He told me that he wasn't. Why are you forcing me to speak with criminals?
I understand that now. If you would like to make a complaint against him, I can help you with that.
You've been covering for all the crimes for years. I want to report suspected child
Would you
abuse.
like to make a complaint with Internal Affairs against the city?
I want to report
Department of
child
Finance?
abuse, and I don't
Okay.
understand why the
Have a
police
nice
department
day.
would deprive me of that. You're committing a crime, sir. Both of you are, if you hear suspected child abuse, what you did, that's a Class A misdemeanor. You're committing a crime. My YouTube channel is Kiana Clark Peace on YouTube. You can see them covering for crimes for 4 years. They have just committed a crime. Not reporting suspected child abuse is a criminal offense. And the police department has committed it for over 4 years. So there's evidence that they're behind it. They tell me to talk to this man. Did you never found anyone, ma'am?
They told me they were working on it.
They aren't. They're committing crimes. I want to report child abuse.
Okay.
These are federal crimes you guys keep getting away with year after year. This is criminal.
Hernandez?
And this is the problem. I tried to ask these people if they want my YouTube channel. People just sit, watch, and observe and do nothing while the government self-destructs. This is the pattern. They just sit, look, observe, just sit and look at church, witness a woman begging for her life, get drugged out of the church, just sit, look, year after year and do nothing. For the life of me, I can't fathom why at a whole police department, I can't find any integrity nowhere to be found for years. Even at CPS, at church, nowhere at all to be found, period, on the planet. So if I don't know what con they have up for covering for the child abuse, should I waste my time? I've been here a long time, and year after year they keep covering for crimes, which is criminal to not report suspected child abuse. This is a crime. All these parties walking around like chickens with their heads cut off, just trying to calculate another way to cover for the crimes. That's all they're doing. Can we do something else to keep her silent, to keep getting away with more crimes? Not that breaking into her phone, forcing her to talk to counterfeits isn't enough. Sabotaging mail, which is another felony, is not enough. Even stalking her and causing churches to be conspirators in the abuse that's not enough. Intercepting support groups I attend online. Not that that's enough. They're not going to let me report it, which is a crime. They've been doing it years. Are you going to send someone out for me to report the child abuse? No. That's a crime. He said it, no. They've been getting away with it years. I just want you guys to see the torment. They were abusive. Like I said, I was arrested at the Texas Rangers August 1st, 2019 for reporting child abuse. No, it's not a joke. And I believe that they're capable of murder. I do. You lock someone on a DART train and threaten them, enforce child abuse. I think that they're just, I don't know what's going on. I believe that, if I come up missing, you know what's going on. I've been reporting this for years, getting ignored before COVID. So he won't let me report the child abuse. I said that these places are giving me 3 or 4 criminal trespasses a day out of corruption. Someone is insane enough thinking that I can't go anywhere on the planet. And then COVID happened, and no one could go anywhere on the planet. Okay.